Bungie's kind of taking a downward spiral, said the manager of Blizzard, the company having its own fucking downward spiral. Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the Pixel Primos video game podcast, the show where we talk about all the latest things in gaming, from Call of Duty to clapping booty. Hey, I'm Juan Solo.
And I'm JJ.
And I'm Paco.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good to be back. And let us use this time to acknowledge some alphas.
Our Lord and Savior, the alphas.
Yes. Let us acknowledge this one individual in particular because we got a new subscriber, Shadowflare77. Welcome to the pack. Thank you for subscribing.
Tomorrow
and we hope you.
Yeah. He's like, after that intro, never again. Never again.
Don't mind him. We love to have you. You're a true alpha. We hope you stick around.
Furries confirmed.
And we also got a comment.
Yay.
We got a comment from everyone's boy, Jojira.
Finally, where have you been, Jojira? You've betrayed me, or you've been gone. No comments, nothing. I can't live without your comments.
Well, it's okay. He delivered. And he says he's responding to our last Alpha Primos, where we talked about Johnny Somali and Predator, Killer of Killers. So this is what he had to say. He said, question for you guys. Besides what we saw in the trailer, what historical era would you like to see the Predator show up in? My pick would be ancient Greece, and maybe have it be implied that it is how the Minotaur myth started.
Ooh, that's good.
That's actually a really good one.
That's very well thought out.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my answer is going to be lame, and it's already been proven to not work. But I want Cowboys versus Aliens too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be dope. Yes.
I want the Predator versus in the Wild West taking out some Cowboys. But yeah, fucking nobody except me and like 5 other people saw Cowboys and Aliens.
I was one of those 5.
It was one of those.
I was real disappointed with that movie too.
Me too, because it was one of those movies where it's like, yeah, it's exactly what the title is exactly what it should be: Cowboys.
Whatever.
I like both these things. Let's put them together. And nah, it wasn't it. I recently saw a YouTube video by Pointless Hub, friend of the channel, Pointless Hub, about Cowboys and Aliens. Man, there were some shady backdoor deals going on with that fucking movie.
It's always like that with some of these fucking shit movies that, like, man, this should have been good, but for X, Y, and Z of your backdoor bullshit, it sucks.
So from his research, I'm going to paraphrase a lot of it. From his research, and we have to say alleged because nothing's really proven, but from his research, it seems like Cowboys and Aliens was this idea of this one dude, and he was trying to sell the movie, but then Wild Wild West came out and fucking bombed, so nobody wanted to buy it. So he was like, okay, I'll make it a comic book. And he made a comic book.
Yep, I remember that. I read it.
Yeah, and the comic book was a bestseller. And so he's like, well, now it'll sell. Now I can sell the script.
Yeah, now he's got backing. He's like, hey, bro, this shit is good.
But from the research that Pointless Hub was able to do, he found out that fucking nobody read the Cowboys and Alien comic. The reason
Oh
it was on the
God.
bestseller list was because he was like, what do comics go for right now? What do graphic novels go for right now? That was one, he sold it as a graphic novel, not a comic book.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
people tend to gravitate more towards those than they do like the floppies. So
Yeah.
that was strategy number one. Strategy number two, what do graphic novels usually go for? At the time they were like what, 20, $15? All right.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
15 to 20 bucks, depending like what
He was like,
you're
cool,
getting
sell
into.
this one for 5.
Oh, wow.
There were some places that were just giving it away for free. Like if you bought a stick of gum at the store, they're like, "Here you go, you got a free
Well,
copy of
hey,
Cowboys." All to
before you
inflate the
leave, take
number,
this.
yeah. All to
Hmm.
inflate the number, so it'll be a bestseller, and then he could sell it at Hollywood for like a higher price.
Wow. I mean,
Allegedly,
smart, smart,
allegedly.
smart. That's smart. That's kind of smart.
Hmm.
I've got two answers to Jojiro's question actually, and
Okay.
both of them are probably boring, or they could be some of the greatest things ever. So my first one would be not necessarily a historical error, but I would like to see one of the predators hunt dinosaurs.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, I mean, predators live a long motherfucking time. There has to have been predator in the past that passed by Earth. Was like, what the hell's that? And they had to have known of dinosaurs. They had to have come, maybe hunt a fucking T Rex, a brontosaurus, something. That would have been something cool to see. And I only say that because I recently saw. I didn't even watch the whole movie. I just saw like a part of it because I ended up passing out. Was that 65, the one with fucking Kylo Ren? What's his name? Fuck.
Oh yeah,
Adam
the
Driver.
Planet
Adam
X.
Driver. There you go. I
Yeah.
wanted to say Adrian Brody, but yeah, but Adam Driver. It's
It,
the one with Adam Driver, which I still haven't finished the movie so far. When I watched, I was like, it's not bad. It's entertaining. So that'd be my first era, the historical era that I'd want to see the Predator. Like I want to see him fuck up a couple dinosaurs. I think that'd be badass. Have that big ass skull. Just watch him carrying it back to his ship. The second one would be the Victorian era. More specifically, I want him to fight Nikola Tesla. Like that's the whole reason Nikola Tesla built all these weapons. He knew something was out there. He knew something was coming. And he fights Nikola Tesla, but it's like a steampunk Nikola Tesla. You know how they did Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and they did
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer in the same vein as that. It's just Nikola. He's fighting Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla is the Iron Man of the Victorian age. Like that. That's just. I feel like. I feel like that would make a really good, even if it's like a one-off episode. It doesn't have to be like a full movie, but like maybe a one-off episode of that. I think that would be. I think that'd be really badass. I'm just saying. I mean, ain't
mm,
nobody done that yet. Nobody done that yet.
Okay.
he,
Yeah, that's my answer.
um.
Um,
I, hmm. I'm I'm torn between a few. But I think I'll just go with like I don't know, maybe like if he fights like pirates or something.
Pirates
Yeah.
was another one of
Like
mine. Pirates
yeah,
was
like
another one
if
of mine. That would have been cool. Or like
like
Aztecs, Mayans
mhm,
was another one. But like I feel we've kind of seen the Predator and like all the eras and ages that we, especially
mhm,
with this new movie that's gonna come out. Like I feel like we're gonna get a glimpse to see all of that, and even though it's not live action, but just seeing it in animation is, I think, a really, I think you could
Yeah.
convey the action and everything much better in animation than you really could right now in live action. Pirates is a really
mhm.
good one.
Pirates is good.
Um,
You know what's
Yeah, like I picture it like the ship like it like camouflages itself, then it gets in the water, but it's only like half sticking out, kind of like a shark as it like follows like a pirate ship or something.
there's a comic about
And
it.
oh,
yeah,
there is.
yeah.
Yeah, the
From
one they explain how the predator that attacks Danny Glover, Donald Glover, or yeah, Danny Glover.
Uh huh.
in 2,
There's
yeah.
a comic that explains how he got the pistol, and
Uh.
it's the predator fighting pirates,
Yeah.
and I think he actually
Oh,
teams up with the
okay.
pirates. But no, still seeing it in live action, I think, be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing live action would be really cool, especially that you're right. The ship being the shark. Oh, that'd be really cool.
Another era that I don't think in particular in America, that doesn't get enough like attention is like the Napoleonic Wars.
Hmm.
Mm.
Like,
Okay. What do
because
you think about that?
it's it's like a little after Civil War time, so
Yeah.
it's the
Mm-hmm.
technology is a little more advanced in the Napoleonic Wars, but it's still very
Yep.
like cannons and
Mm.
flintlock stuff. But I think that'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
What
Seeing
about during the
Napoleon take
Ottoman
down
Empire?
a predator.
Mm-hmm.
What about during the Ottoman Empire that he fights Vlad the Impaler, and
That
Vlad didn't actually put up all those heads. It was
was the
actually
predator.
That
the
was a
Predator doing all that,
pred.
taking out his fucking armies, and
Mm-hmm.
and Vlad he ended up taking going against the Predator. That's
He's
how he
just
got the
taking
name.
credit for it, like
He's just
like
taking credit for it.
like Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, he's just taking credit. I just want to see all these alternate histories. All right, we already did Nikola Tesla. I still think that'd be great. And there's two reasons I think of that too, because I recently came across going through my Xbox. I had downloaded the Assassin's Creed game
Mm.
with that took place in the Victorian era
Syndicate.
Oh
with
yeah.
twins. Yeah,
Yeah.
Syndicate, which I thought was kind of underrated, to be totally honest. I thought that was a very underrated Assassin's Creed game,
Mm-hmm.
especially because there's a little portal that'll take you into the future to World War One, which I think again was another one that's it was a really great level that I was like, man, this would be great if this was like even if it was DLC, but being able to do a couple more missions in here would be really cool. I mean, there's a guy on fucking Instagram. I think this dude lives somewhere out in Dallas, Texas. This dude's a time traveler. He got stuck here, but he dresses and he lives like it's the 1920s. I don't remember his name, but he comes up on my feed every now and then.
They-
This dude is a time traveler that's stuck. He legit lives and breathes everything 1920s.
you might be talking about my bathroom because I recently I it wasn't until like I think Friday of this week that
Mm-hmm.
like I really took an assessment of my shit because I was
Yeah.
telling Juan I don't shave often, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot. So I
Same.
had like these cheap razors, like the disposable ones, but they fucking like they cut my face up something fierce, dude. Like,
Yeah.
especially under the neck. Like at the neck, I would every time I shaved, I would get like the bumps, or I would actually like cut myself and bleed. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was bad. So I was telling Juan that I splurged and I bought hashtag not sponsored, but I bought the stupid Henson razor that
Yeah.
like a bunch of YouTubers are shilling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an old school like grandpa razor where you have to like replace the blade like individually and then screw it
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
on and stuff. It's a safety razor. I think that's what the actual term is. Bro, it is the best fucking razor I've ever used. like, like, at first, felt like I got ripped off because I used it and I was like, man,
Yeah.
this thing, I don't even feel it like on my skin. It's not doing anything. And then, like, I
Mm-hmm.
rinse it off and all this hair is just like in the sink now. Like, oh, fuck. It is working. It's just that gentle on the skin. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, so like hands down, I recommend it. It is pricey. Also, that said, I mean, it might just be the fact that it's a safety razor. Like there are cheaper safety razors online. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
give them a shot. And if they still suck, then I would say splurge on the Henson. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but the other thing is that in my attempts to avoid splurging on the Henson razor, I was like, maybe if I upgrade the shaving cream, because I just had cheap shaving cream too. And I remember we
Mm-hmm.
got dad the hot lather machine from like Conair back like in 2010 or whatever when it came
Yeah.
out. And I used it a handful of times to shave and I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. Like I love this.
really makes a difference.
It does. But I didn't I couldn't find it anymore. At least not like an affordable version of it. Because I remember we bought that thing for like $30 maybe. And now the ones that I find are like 60, 70. I was like, I might as well just buy the fucking Henson razor at that point. So what I actually did instead was I bought the old school like shaving bowl and the brush and the soap because I could just run that under hot water and make my own fucking hot lather.
You don't heat it up.
Yeah, and it does work. And I did try that with the cheapo razors, and it did feel nicer, but I still ended up like fucking hemorrhaging blood all over the thing. When Mark came into the bathroom and woke me up, I was like, okay, I need to buy a new razor. But yeah, finally I got the Henson, and as I was preparing to shave on Friday, I set up my little fucking bowl and my soap and my brush, and I was making the lather, and I was like, I am a fucking old man from the 20s. I'm shaving like fucking Bucky and Captain Rogers here. What the fuck am I doing?
So I found him. I had to go look him up. I found him. It took me a minute. But his name is, I found him on Threads. It's PMan817. If you look at his videos, dude lives like it's the 1920s. I think he's got like a Model T. He builds like Tesla towers and shit. He dresses like it's the 1920s. He has his little home is decorated like the Victorian era. All of his clothes are Victorian era. His stove, but he fixes and repairs everything like it was back in the day.
Shit.
See? Okay. See? Yeah.
He even got that little hat.
He got the hat and everything.
He's got the little newsboy hat.
Yeah. And I was like, this. And there's a video where he does like a tour of his house, and it's all like he even listens to the same music from the 1920s. That's what he's listening to. He has the record players. He's even made the records himself. He sings and he does like the piano. He does the dances and everything from the 1920s. I was like, this dude is yeah, he's a legit fucking time traveler. This dude got stuck. He just like hired a nice family to be like, hey, bro, I'm stuck here. You mind helping me out? Like pretend you're my parent. And that got me thinking, like, I wonder if somebody ever did get stuck, like from another time, like how long they would last how long they would last before their brains exploded from just the sheer amount of input that they would receive as soon as they, got out of their little time machine. Because I mean, one thing that nobody ever thinks about whenever you time travel is the smell.
Yeah.
Like because when people talk about the past, like, oh yeah, I'd go to this area, I'd go to that area. It's like, people didn't shower back then, right? Like everything smelled horrible. Everything smelled disgusting. Like, you go to medieval Europe, there was shit in the streets. Literally, they would throw their shit in the streets. That's why high heels were invented, so they didn't step in shit. Like just arriving there, you're fucking like. You'd probably just pass out.
Why does it smell like low tide? Jesus Christ.
Even like I've watched some of the shows, like what is it? The shows it's like the Queen shows where it's about like Henry VIII and shit, and there's always super explicit where they're like, oh, I need you to do that tongue thing to me again. I'm like, bro, you eating dirty ass coochie out here. You're out there eating that. You are a diabolical man. No wonder you were so well respected. Like this motherfucker, these bitches don't shower nobody showers for fucking months. And you out there just dog licking the shit out of that. Just out there, let's go. Like, oh my God. Just thinking about that, I was like, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, I can't even lie. I'd probably be all up in there with it. Like, I'm surprised there's no more cases of all these disgusting things. Wow. These are the conversations we have, people. I don't do drugs anymore. And I don't drink. I don't drink. These are just normal conversations. Could it be a side effect from all of the weed, the cocaine, the mushrooms, the DMT? That one potion that weird guy gave me in a parking lot. Who knows? Being a side effect of that.
No, no, I think it's just allergies.
It's just look, man. If you ever meet a guy named Eric in San Antonio who's at a certain Denny's who's in the parking lot, don't take anything he gives you to drink. That's all I'm saying.
We offer the best advice on this show.
He looks like a shaman, but
That
I assure
reputation
you,
is still
he looks like a
still
shaman.
sound.
He looks like a shaman, but I assure you, he is not a shaman.
All right, so to reel us back into the show,
Absolutely.
before we jump into our main topics, what game are we playing right now, guys? What games are you playing?
We are currently all playing the same game where we are now the dick of democracy. It is Memorial Day. We are celebrating. Helldivers. That's what I'm playing right now. Helldivers and Warzone. I finished Ghost of Tsushima,
Nice.
and I got a raise at work, so I will be getting Doom Medieval here real soon. I'm gonna start playing that. But for now, it's Helldivers and Warzone is what I'm playing, and I need the devs to fix the controls on Helldivers. I'm gonna need you guys to add a jumping capability. Better vaulting. I need this motherfucker to move faster because I am constantly dying by these fucking airplanes that keep doing fucking Gatling gun runs on me.
There is a jetpack that's kind of like the jump.
I don't want to use a jetpack to jump, and then you got to recharge it every time. No. But also, I'm using the guard dog a lot right now. That's why I haven't used the jetpack.
Yeah.
What about you, G?
I've been struggling through the fucking ELO mines of Marvel Rivals. I'm still addicted to that shit. I'm platinum, but I'm stuck at platinum. Like I can't seem to crawl my way out of there. And they're about
Is there
to
more?
Huh?
Is there something above platinum?
Yeah, there's way more above platinum.
This is how you know I don't play enough of these things. Like, there's more than just platinum.
After so
Diamond, maybe.
Yeah, diamond is after platinum, and then after diamond, I think it's grandmaster, and then after grandmaster, it's I don't know. Their system is weird, but I know like the top like 5% or whatever is one above all, and I'm never seeing that. Oh, celestial, I think is one of the ranks. Celestial is like the one I think under one above all, and then like uh I don't know, but yeah,
Ain't no system better than the jerkmate system.
I've hit diamond in season 1, but like for whatever reason I'm stuck in platinum here. And it's fine, I still have fun. It does piss me off that like I will have like a hot winning streak. I'll win like 8 games in a row one day, and then like the next day is just the hottest nuclear fucking losing streak. Like I'm losing 12 games in a row, and it's
You're
all
fucking jobless
and
fucking
like
60-year-olds out here kicking my ass.
like a lot of the times when I can acknowledge when it's like, nah, I had a shitty game. Like that was totally on me. I fucked up. Like I ulted at the wrong spot, or like I should have switched characters earlier, something like that.
Spider-Man.
I don't even fucking play Spider-Man anymore because once you get to a certain rank, they ban them. You can ban characters. They give you two characters. They give each team two characters that you can ban. And they leave it up to a vote. Like first you vote, and then your vote kind of doesn't matter because it's just going to randomly pick from whatever the team voted. So like if there's 3 votes for Spider-Man and 1 vote for Namor, and like the other 2 people didn't vote, we might still end up banning Namor. Like even it's just Spider-Man has a better chance of being banned. So yeah, Spider-Man is like almost always, at least on console, almost, and at these low ranks, almost always banned because he just completely deletes like healers. Like he could just swoop
Mhm.
in, punch you a couple of times, dip out, wait for you to get comfortable trying to heal somebody, and then he'll just pop back in like surprise, bitch. Like he's very agile, very mobile, so it's hard for the healers to like combat him. Um, so he's almost always banned. Namor, Hulk, and Iron Man are almost always banned because their team up is fucking bullshit. Hulk gives them all gamma powers, so that means Namor can summon a squid that just shoots like gamma lasers at you, and that thing's fucking deadly. Like I've died from Namor's squids more times than I've died from anything else.
God.
And Iron Man, he'll also just get like a gamma beam that fucking deletes you if you're like a squishy. It does a shit ton of damage. So those are the three that are usually banned. Groot is banned because he can be annoying, building walls and shit. But other than
Fucking
that,
webs.
I'm also playing Baldur's Gate 3 again. Like I said, I have it on PlayStation now, so I'm just like, I'm gonna run through this story, by which I mean I'm gonna get into Carlock's pants and then I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
All right. As for me, I'm playing Doom, the Dark Ages. My my current plan is to try to finish the game. I'm not gonna do 100% run or any of that. I mainly just want to play through the main campaign.
Mhm.
Um, and then see if I can jump back into like Assassin's Creed. But at the rate I'm able to play this game, I feel like that's not gonna happen. I honestly think I'm gonna finish it right around when Death Stranding 2 comes out, and then I'm gonna buy that. Then I'm gonna start playing that, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do from there. I made a list of like the games I have on my backlog that I want to go back and like finish like
Mm,
properly, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like RPGs and like story driven games, and I'm like, that says something, you know, that I just do not have enough time to play these,
yeah.
you know. And
That's why I adopted
it
the strategy I did for Skyrim, where it's like, I'm just gonna set a goal. Once I
mhm,
achieve that goal, if I don't finish the story, I'm cool with it. I did the main thing that I wanted to do.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. But I these are games that I've really want to see like what happens. I
Hmm.
definitely want to
Now,
see
yeah,
the
there are
conclusion. So
exceptions. Persona 5, I was like, nah, I gotta.
yeah, and ironically, Persona 5 Royal was one of the ones. So like, yeah, I think I've mentioned it on the show before. I finished 5, like the main one, but the first one, the original one, whatever word you want to use, damn it. But I never finished Royal. So I want to finish that one, and I definitely want to go back to that one, especially because I remember where I left off, and it was like the. I mean, you can say this about the entirety of the game, but it's like, man, I left when it got good. And it's like, what do you mean when it got good? It gets good from the beginning, and then it just keeps going up, you know? So that's my thing with it. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Doom Dark Ages is great. It's a lot of fun. I don't think there really is anything else to say about it other than just like, man, guys, just play it. It's so much fun. It's
Yeah.
great. You know, run and gun, action, top notch. It's cool. It's like, what's the story? I have no fucking idea. I'm not paying
Okay.
attention.
Well,
Rip and tear. That's the story. Rip and tear.
Yep.
it's the
That's the
sequel
motherfucking story.
to Doom 64.
Oh, yeah.
If you play Doom 64, Doom the Dark Ages takes place right after it. It's that missing gap between Doom 64
Between
and Doom 2016.
and Doom Modern,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, have you
All
seen the
right.
meme floating around with courage?
as the Doom
Courage,
guy.
courage.
Yeah.
As a Doom guy, I was like, that's like canon lore now that Courage is actually Doom guy's dog. He accidentally lost him,
Yes.
but he protects Muriel. That's the Doom guy's dog. The Doom guy's dog is Courage.
All right then. Let us jump now into our main topics.
The main
So,
topics.
first things first. It is the start of summer for some people, mainly anybody in the school,
I mean,
summer break and whatnot.
anyone in Texas, really. It's been
Yeah.
hot as balls lately.
I meant like work wise, not weather wise.
Our summer started like 2 weeks
Infect.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been brutal. It's been brutal down here, and yeah, and believe me, I'm just waiting for when I can cash in some vacation days at work once we get over all of this busy season. But with that said, summer also means game conferences, and we got a few coming up. The big one being Summer Game Fest. I
Woo!
like what Polygon
Yay.
is calling it. Polygon calls it not E3, but but it's fair to say Summer Game Fest has basically replaced
Yeah.
E3. It is
Yeah.
the E3 killer, if you will, the E3 slayer. But yes, we got a few coming up around the corner, and you bet your sweet BP we will be covering uh the conferences after they happen. If I should probably have a calendar at the ready for when we go over the dates. So the first one is Summer Game Fest, which is the big one. So
Mhm.
that one's on a Friday. It's Friday, June 6th. Um, Kicking off at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, so that's going to be the first one. Um,
So
let's
4 o'clock
see.
Central, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe so, because we're an hour before Eastern.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that'll be the first one on a Friday. Then that same Friday, they're also gonna have Day of the Devs.
Man, I wish that was in November or
Day of the
October.
Devs.
Yeah, just so I can align.
Oh,
It's
so it can
just
align with Day of
Oh,
the
with
Dead.
Day of the
but
Dead.
they,
Like,
Yeah.
release all your horror games on Day of the Dev.
well,
That
it's called Summer Game Fest, not Fall Game Fest. So
yeah, I
that's
know.
the way
I know.
the
That's
cookie
bullshit.
crumbles. But yeah, so for this one, there you can expect some stuff from Double Fine. I am 8-bit, and those are the only ones that are listed here. All right, and then on Saturday, all right, this one's kind of cute. They're gonna have Wholesome Direct, which
Wholesome
is
Direct.
just a yeah, it is just gonna be some chill, cozy type games.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just focus on like like the games that give you good vibes, and that are like
Mm-hmm.
like they don't always bring you down. They're not depressing. They're like
Yeah.
cool, uplifting type games. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. So that one's gonna be Saturday morning, and then that same Saturday, we're also gonna have the Future Game Show, and this is the one that promises to talk about all the cool stuff that's gonna come down the line. Right now, they're saying that they're gonna talk. The games confirmed that are gonna make an appearance is Directive 8020, Hangar 13's Mafia: The Old Country,
Okay. Sweet. Yeah.
and Chrysler Theater of the Idols. So Oh, and it's gonna be hosted by actors Laura Bailey and Matthew Mercer.
Oh, neat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
All right. So, oh, and get this. This one is gonna be available to watch on TikTok.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm probably not gonna watch it
Hmm.
there, but that's cool.
Yeah, I will not watch it there either. I'm a sucker for YouTube. Any live
Yeah.
event, whatever.
Yes.
YouTube is almost always my
Well, I mean,
go-to.
I could just put that. I could put YouTube on my TV. Like,
Yeah, and I think it's
Yeah.
that. It's the convenience of it. I got it on the TV. I got it on the
mhm.
phone. Just yep. And yeah, just for the alphas that are listening, I'm getting all of this from Polygon. So if you want to look up the schedule for yourself, just look it up on Polygon. It's Summer Game Fest slash not E3. You can look it up like that and you'll find it. All right, and then here's the big one. Because to my understanding, this is the only one of the big three that's actually going to make a presentation. Xbox Game Showcase will
Oh,
be on Sunday, June 8th.
Okay. Yeah.
And theirs is going to be morning slash early afternoon, depending on where you live. But yeah, it's going to be on Sunday. And right now, the only thing that's confirmed is the Outer Worlds 2, because that's going to get its own presentation. It's going to get its
okay.
own dedicated showcase.
Okay.
I'm excited to see what comes out of Meta
And
Worlds too.
yeah, me too. Because personally, I didn't really like the original because I was like, man, there's good ideas here. I just wished it was pushed a little further. So now with the sequel, I'm hoping it actually does meet some of the expectations I kind of had for it.
Yeah. Same.
Um,
Fair point.
but yeah, so the showcase for that is going to be immediately after the Xbox one. So just stick around to the end for that one. And then also on Sunday, I'm guessing this one is going to start after Xbox, but during the Outer Worlds 2 presentation, from the looks of it. I think those time frames are going to clash a bit. Is going to be the PC gaming show. So, as the name implies, bunch of PC games. So, expect shit you can play on PC and on your Steam Deck. It says that they're gonna have 50 games at the presentation. Stuff from Ubisoft, Fail Better Games, Devolver Digital, and Astrological. So there you go. You got
Okay.
that. And but yeah, it doesn't look like Sony has anything coming up, and likewise Nintendo. It doesn't look like they're gonna have anything coming
I
up.
I doubt Nintendo will have anything. Mostly
I mean,
because
the
the Switch
Switch
2 is already
Two, yeah,
dropping.
is
Yeah, Switch 2
is gonna
launches
come out
launches in what, 2 weeks?
basically next week. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sony could have a presentation that they just haven't announced yet, but
Mhm.
they might be busy putting out a fire that we're going to talk about in our next story.
Yes, we'll get to that. You know, foreshadowing is a literary device that yeah. Um, but yeah, just to wrap things up on the conferences stuff. I mean, obviously we're hoping that there's gonna be some cool shit announced. But the thing with these ones is it really is a coin toss because it really just depend on, are these companies working on anything like interesting, and then secondly, it's also, do they have, are they working on anything that's ready to be presented?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's not that they're not working on anything cool, it's that they're just not ready to show it off, so it can't be at the show. And then, well, yeah, you just never know what to expect with these events. So I mean, obviously want to see some cool shit, but um it it's a coin toss. I mean, the only thing you can do is just, I mean, I hope we see, and you list off, games that have already been announced. With that said, though, because I see this every year, I think it's worth saying to you alphas, because I trust you guys, and I hope you guys also trust me. Again, we have a reputation for giving the best advice. I need to let y'all in on something. Now, this isn't for everybody, but it's just I see this come up every year, and every year I get triggered and I get pissed. Grand Theft Auto 6 is not going to be at Summer Game Fest.
Oh my god.
I I need y'all to just get I know it's like, would you be it, guys? It's not going to be there.
Not gonna make
If it
sense.
was, they would not have dropped a trailer 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they would have
They
waited.
would have held it back to show it off here. Rockstar has a long reputation of never participating in E3 after Grand Theft Auto 3 because they got upset at how little coverage Grand Theft Auto 3 got
Mm-hmm.
back then. So, because of that, they don't do them. At most, they'll maybe drop a trailer revealing that they're porting a game onto another console, but that's about it. AKA, when Red Dead dropped for PC, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came to PC, you name it. They made trailers for that, and yes, they presented those at the conference. Other than that, they don't drop shit at these things, guys. So, with that said, if you see someone say it online, it's not true.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And it's like, could it change for this year? I mean, sure. It's like the expression, anything's possible. But is it likely? No.
Nah.
So, there you go. Now, with that bubble bursted, enjoy the conferences. With that said, yes, we will cover it since all of these presentations are going to happen over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We will for sure record that Monday, hopefully, and then get that episode out that Friday. So that would be June 13th. So that's when we will drop our video covering all of the highlights from all of those shows. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll get that started. Now, let us now move on to our next topic of why Bungie
Sony.
isn't
Why
up.
Sony in
Fucking up.
particular?
Yes.
They
Uh-huh.
might be busy putting out some fires.
Yeah. Go ahead and take the lead on this one, Jake.
Okay, so over the past, I would say, week, Bungie has been stirring up some trouble for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact date when this news broke, but it was within the past week or so. There was a artist, I believe, on Twitter that basically came out and said, "Hey, Bungie's using my art without my permission for their new game Marathon," and that sort of snowballed into like this big. I mean, it's already a big deal. Stealing art, not cool, especially if you're a $1 billion company like fucking Bungie, or $1 million. I don't know how much they're actually worth. No, no, no.
Couple mil.
How much did
Probably
Sony
would.
pay?
It's in the millions.
Sony paid a lot. But I got a lot of this information from a friend of the show, Destin Lingeri, former IGN correspondent and former OG Screw Attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Screw Attack back in the day. Check out his
And
channel.
hard news.
Yeah. I would say check out his channel for more details on it. He did a really good job, really solid reporting. His channel is Destin. I think you could find it just by searching
Yeah, it's
Destin.
just his name, Destin.
It's just Destin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I took a few notes. This is starting with like probably the biggest thing that this snowballed into. This is probably like the fifth or fourth time that Bungie has been accused of plagiarism in some form.
Jesus, I didn't know it happened
Damn.
so many
Oh
times.
fuck.
Yes, this is probably the fifth time. I'd say I say probably because currently one of the accusations is in court, and that accusation
Ooh
is
shit.
that
Mm.
Bungie plagiarized a writer's story and used that for Destiny 2. However, the funny thing with that is that Bungie has locked away content for Destiny 2. Like there's certain shit that you can't play anymore even if you buy like the most premium expensive version of Destiny 2. There's
Mhm.
certain expansions and stories that you just can't access anymore. They lock that shit away. He's accusing them of
Mhm.
stealing one of those stories from him. That it's in the locked away content.
Oh no.
And Bungie hasn't been able to successfully like defend themselves in court, at least to this point.
Mm.
Mhm.
Stuff it could change. It's still ongoing, but they haven't been able to really mount a good defense for themselves because the content is locked away. Even Bungie themselves doesn't have access to this content so that they
How does
can
that
mount a
happen?
defense. I don't know.
So I want to
Like,
say it's because it's an online only game.
uh huh.
So they would basically have to like create like a server that no one has access to, and then you would have to load that old content onto it and then somehow still make it playable.
It's very
And
strange. Like
it's
it, it's very weird because one, uh, uh, I'm sure I'm not alone in this opinion, but I don't think it was ever a good idea for Bungie to like lock away content, and
Nope.
yeah.
this just feels like the chickens have come home to roost. Like you knew you fucked up when you locked away content, and now like you played yourselves.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You played yourself. But
Another one.
yeah, that's one of the
Uh,
accusations. There were several other accusations, in particular with Destiny 2, where there was
Yeah.
art assets taken or just
Hmm.
flat out used without credit or permission. A lot of those cases have been resolved. Like they have given credit to the
mm,
original artist, and they have I'm sure given
paid
some
out.
sort of money, yeah, to them
Hmm.
from my understanding. But yeah, there were several cases. The thing is with those cases, it was a illustration, a drawing of a character, or a image, a piece of art that they put at the end of a trailer, something small.
Hmm.
In Marathon, they kind of just copied this artist's entire style wholesale.
Oh
Like
no.
Oh.
there,
No.
at least that's the way I feel about it, because if you see the person's art, the original artist, the artist that whose work was stolen from, and Bungie has admitted that it is stolen, that
Shit, bro.
they took it, uh, was I think their name is Antirail.
Hmm.
If you look at
Yeah.
their art and then you look at a picture of Marathon, like a screenshot of Marathon side by side, taking away the fact that a lot of the little logos and stuff are legit, just like flat out stolen and copy pasted onto that, taking that aspect out of it,
Jesus.
if you just look at the art side by side, it's like this is the same style. This is that person's work. Like,
Hmm.
and right now Bungie's trying to rectify it, right? They're doing their best to like scrub all of their art out of the game, but it's so bad that they did a live stream to publicly apologize and, talk about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't show any gameplay. They
Oh,
Because of the art?
because it's in there. Like there's so
it's
much of
just
it
too
in
blatant.
there.
Oh, okay. Like it's so.
It's
It,
it's just
Oh,
there. It's like
like
that's not
it's in
yours.
the
That's
like
not
in the
yours.
world.
yeah,
Like,
it's just so like it's rooted in there.
This is just lazy.
They're
Lazy and
doing.
fucked up.
My understanding is that Bungie's legal team and Sony's legal team are both like trying to go through this and trying to get out as much of the art as possible. But like
mhm.
when they did this live stream, it's like, no, you can't show it because like we still, and they have no idea how long that's gonna take, if they can even get
Mhm.
all of it out. And on top of that, this game's supposed to drop in September.
No, it's not happening.
Oh shit! That's tomorrow.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
This game is
They're
supposed
not,
to
unless
drop.
they're gonna pay a shitload of overtime. This shit ain't happening.
So
I like the concept of marathon, but shit ain't gonna happen.
what is a marathon? Is it like a shooter?
It's an
Or-
extraction shooter.
Extraction.
So it's supposed to. It's kind
so
of like Held.
like kind of like Helldivers.
Kind of.
Yes and no. It's closer to Attack on Tarkov.
Okay, much better. Yeah.
I don't know that game.
Well, like you have to like.
So there,
If I remember, you have to like.
Helldivers is technically an extraction shooter, but
Okay.
the big difference is that in Helldivers,
PvP.
yeah, you're PVE. You're not playing against other players.
Okay.
You're a squad and you're extracting together from the environmental enemies, the AI enemies.
Right.
In a traditional extraction shooter, it's basically a battle royale, only like you're solo dropping into this hostile environment with other players and you have to extract yourself. But
like y'all are fighting to
fighting
like,
each other.
get out.
yeah. And
Okay.
the big thing with them that kind of makes it not the same as a battle royale is you keep your loot, like you have your own progression. So you have your own guns and stuff, and if you lose them in the drop, like if you get killed in the game somewhere, you drop your loot. Like your loot's gone.
You ain't getting shit back.
You have to start over again.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now you have a big ass cache where you can keep like your stuff that is always with you, right? Like you could, let's say you have 3 AKs, you can put 2 AKs in there, and then you just take one of them with you in the drop. So then if you lose, it's cool. You just go back to your stash and you still have 2 AKs, right?
Okay.
But if you lose all three, that's it, they're gone. You need to start over again.
Okay.
That's the way Marathon is, I think, supposed to be. I didn't play the closed beta or the closed alpha.
Right.
And at least that's the way Tarkov works, to my understanding. I also haven't played that. But that's the thing. I think extraction shooter is the genre that people are chasing right now. Like all the executives are chasing, because Tarkov is pretty decent hit for like what it is for an independent game. It's the PUBG of the genre right now.
Yeah.
And all these executives are trying to make the Fortnite of the genre. They're trying to, because they're trying to, like, Tarkov's a hit, but we can make it bigger. We can make the big version of this.
Big version.
And that's the nut that they're trying to crack. That's the thing that they're trying to find. But I just think that there's some things inherent with this genre that aren't going to make it the massive success that they're chasing.
Yeah. I can see that. I think I think like I can see the appeal because there's money to be made as there is with every online game, which is what everyone's chasing, right? Make money. Um, but I think the issue with a lot of these is that there's a very competitive aspect to all of these, and that's gonna bring like the sweats, as the
Oh,
gamers like
God, don't
to
get me
call them, the
reminded.
try hards and whatnot, and and like I feel like Fortnite has found like a balance where it's it's still there's still enough like casual players in that doesn't make it so like try hard. And then and there's even like separate modes specifically for people that are like playing to compete, and want to win and whatnot. So I think that's like the little niche that Fortnite has been able to like find for itself, which is why like I think overall a lot of people can still gravitate to it and play it, even though there is like tryhards, sweats,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them in there. And I think with these ones it's the same thing. Like it's just you're appealing to such a competitive level that then none of the casual players want to try it,
Nope.
and so you alienate your player base almost.
Yeah, the I think the aspect of potentially losing all of your progress uh,
Mm-hmm.
is something that's just inherently not going to appeal to a lot of people,
Yeah.
and
Hell no.
that's
Hell no.
that's like an integral part of the genre,
Mm-hmm.
at least to this point, right? Like no one's figured out.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, there isn't a bigger hit than Tarkov, and that's the way Tarkov works.
And also, I think another big thing that we should point out, isn't Tarkov like an independent game? Like it was
Mm,
made on very few
Yeah.
mm,
money.
yeah.
So
I think it's still
on
technically
its
an
own,
early access. It was one of those that did like an early access thing.
yeah. So it's one of those where like you can risk it because it didn't cost you that much. Now we're gonna throw millions of dollars to this niche genre
Yeah.
of game.
That's one thing, and that also ties into another fire that Bungie and Sony are dealing with. That a lot of after this news broke with Anti-Rail's art being taken
Yeah,
pretty much wholesale, um, a lot of former Bungie employees have come out and said basically, yeah, we're not surprised. Like it's unfortunate, but like the there's been a problem with the management at Bungie for a while, and
oh damn.
management at Bungie needs to change. Uh,
Man,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that so much. On
there
such a
was
deep level.
yeah, same.
I
Well,
understand that on such a deep level.
for a little bit, I I was not an employee of Bungie, but I worked for the same parent company as Bungie. Bungie was part of Activision for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
For the little bit that I was part of Activision, I think I started working at Blizzard in 2017. I think Bungie became part of the Activision umbrella a little bit after or a little bit before I joined Blizzard, around the same time ish. And then by 2019, they were out of Activision. I technically provided support for Destiny 2 for like a year. um, and I didn't work directly with anyone from Bungie. I never met anyone or spoke to anyone from Bungie. But I remember when uh, the split happened, when Bungie was leaving Activision. Some of the managers I had were kind of not necessarily shit talking Bungie, but saying that they were basically saying that, like, yeah, I don't know if I like any of the managers that they met from Bungie. and that was back in 2019. So this has probably been an issue for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I didn't think anything of it at the time because I was at Blizzard, and Blizzard was having its own problems at that time. They're like, man, Bungie's kind of taking a downward spiral, said the manager of Blizzard, the company having its own fucking downward spiral. Yeah, yeah, you're totally a fucking trusted, vetted source of information right now. um, but one quote in particular that really,
We'll see what happens.
yeah, there's one quote in particular. I don't have the exact quote, but one thing that an employee in particular said was that they're basically rooting for a consolidation into Sony. They
Oh, they actually want that
Oh,
to happen.
they're saying that probably the best way to move forward is if Sony fully absorbs
it,
Bungie.
Holy shit! And I guess to stress to why so people were wondering why I have that reaction is because whenever a company gets bought out by another one, they always lay off staff. Always. That's just the way
Bungie's already
things
done that.
work out. And so the idea of like these guys are like, no, please, like take us
take
is
us
like,
in,
what the
please.
fuck?
Well, I think it's because Bungie is also already like they're in partnership with Sony, but they still have their independence. And
Mm-hmm.
they struck the same deal with Activision. They've always been fortunate enough to do that, but even with their own independence and doing their own thing and blah blah blah, they've still done layoffs. Like
Yep.
the rut has already like at the top has already been there and already been laying people off to where they're like, yeah, fuck it. If Sony takes us in, there might be layoffs, but at least we'll finally be rid of these guys that are like actually causing the problems.
Yep, gotta get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. True. Dang. No, that's an unfortunate situation, especially considering that like Bungie was on top of the world, back in the early Xbox days with Halo and
Halo.
stuff. So to see them, fall like this, like dang, that's horrible.
They got too overconfident. They're like, we're Bungie.
It's
We made Halo.
from some of the quotes again from that Destin was able to source. It sounds like it's really in particular just a handful of the managers. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there was one guy in particular that pitched Marathon, and he was described as a good old boy from
Oh
from,
god.
Mm.
from
He
Bungie.
probably pitched the stealing of the art as well.
I don't know if that's true. They did blame one employee in particular about taking the art and throwing it into like an asset folder, and then just like that's how the theft happened.
Mm.
But they don't
Mm.
name that employee. So,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
okay.
and I don't even know if that person is still there. I would
That's
assume
if he's
probably
still
not.
there. Uh,
But that's that's the explanation that they've given, and other than that, in the live stream, they haven't really said much or elaborated too much more. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, apparently one guy in particular, one dude in management, pitched Marathon, and they kept pleading with him, telling him to that they needed to add, other elements, PVE in particular, and he was the one that just kept shutting it down. And another quote that a former Bungie employee was saying was that a lot of the management had this philosophy of like, if they didn't come up with it themselves, it's not a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That level of
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
the level of
Uh,
ego that they're dealing with in terms of management.
Mm-hmm.
Need to be a couple of ego deaths then.
Yeah,
Yeah. Man, that sucks.
That's really sad to hear, man.
Well,
They just fell out so
it.
hard.
I do think also part of this is also like on Sony. I mean, goddamn, Sony just can't seem to catch a break lately. Here's hoping that things turn around when Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of what's the new one called,
Yote.
Yote, come
Yote.
out. Maybe that'll pick things up a bit for them. But I don't know. I think Sony like just y'all really just shat the bed when y'all went all in for these online service like type games. So man, no, it and I feel like we see this all the time where it's like, man, what were they thinking? What were they doing? And it's like, well, money. That's one.
All it is,
Yeah.
And
straight money.
I think the other problem is that like they learn the wrong lessons from these situations. And it's gonna happen again. Like we're gonna see this happen again and again. History repeats itself. We're gonna see this happen. It's gonna happen some more. And I mean, all we can do is just wait it out and just hope that we get some better games down the line.
Hopefully, I think they've course corrected, but I mean, at this point,
It's so late in
it's
development. Like
yeah, like everything that all those games are pretty much like they have to come out. Like they have to come out, and that's why this Bungie one is in such a weird position because
mm-hmm,
a lot of the times the reason games have to come out is because like they've already put money into marketing. So
Yeah.
like the
yeah,
marketing push
and
is already going to happen, so we can't really move the date because we've already spent that money.
yeah, part investors have already been like promised their
Yeah.
share and blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
with since this Bungie news since everyone there has been really quiet, but like this is different. Like this is a legal issue if
Mm-hmm.
you don't do this like properly and give it the time it needs to actually get the art out of there. You have to at least delay it, right? Like maybe
Yeah.
not outright
Yeah.
cancel it, but you have to
Gotta
delay it at
push
this
for a big
point,
delay.
right?
Be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, it was gonna be September, but now it's gonna be May of 2028.
Yeah.
With how much they've
I,
stolen, they with how
I
much they've stolen, how much is probably in the game, it's not gonna you'll be paying a lot of, or you're gonna pay a lawsuit, or you're gonna pay a lot of overtime. Probably
yeah.
both.
I
Probably
don't.
both.
Well, the other thing is that like now that all this news has made the rounds, like who's gonna want it? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much
I
negative
mean,
press surrounding this that
yeah.
I
like why.
probably
I
I
I was actually
sure I like it.
genuinely kind of hopeful for this game, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people that played the closed alpha have been saying like it's not great, like it's not that good.
Dang.
And
Mm-hmm.
there was another like closed alpha for a similar game called Arc Raiders, and from what I've
Mm-hmm.
heard, everyone that got access to both was pretty much saying like if you're gonna play one, play Arc
Art.
Raiders. Don't don't waste your time with Marathon.
Yeesh. Yeesh.
So like even taking this like art theft bullshit out of the equation, just that alone is already like negative press and negative attention on the game that would
Mm-hmm.
probably encourage me as if I worked on it to be like delay it,
Yeah.
push it back to
Mm-hmm.
next year. Like
Yeah, and I'm also in the same camp of like I don't see how like this game doesn't get delayed, especially if like the plagiarism is as blatant as they made it seem by not being able to show gameplay on a live stream to promote the game. Then yeah, all of that screams like no, we
Completely
need to
redo
like
this. Rework it.
take a step back and redo all of this shit. And this is one of those like curious situations where like you mentioned that Arc Raiders game that it has the potential to steal some of their thunder. If they delay it, it's kind of like that. Let's see what they're doing, and then let's see like can ours like compete
yeah.
or what. So it is going to be interesting to see how this does play out. But yeah, so far I think they're going to have to delay it. I don't see any other way around this.
I mean, other than outright canceling it, I don't.
Yeah,
Which I
then
don't think they're gonna do.
I don't think so either. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But is there anything else you guys want to add to this, or you guys want to wrap things up here?
I mean, I don't have anything to add to it. Just wait and see what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's all I really can do right now is wait and see what's gonna happen with it. Um, Either way, it sounds like Arc Raiders is gonna come out on top. Either way you look at it. So go out there and get Arc Raiders. That's what come out on top out of all this.
Funny enough, they're saying that it might come out next month.
There you go.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, I think they have a countdown, either on their website or somewhere that the countdown ends around the time of Summer Game Fest. So people are speculating that either there's
Okay.
going to be another beta, an open beta, or the game it is actually just like fucking dropping.
It's gonna be an open beta. It's got to be an open beta.
I'm leaning more towards beta, but I don't know. Like I didn't play the playtest that they had, so I can't judge how like polished and how feature complete the game was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. All right then. Well, I guess with that said, we'll wrap things up here. So, you alphas, let us know in the comments. Are you guys gonna play Marathon when it comes out?
If it comes out,
Did you guys? Yeah, if it comes out.
Are you gonna be doing
you-
Arc Raiders?
Yeah, or do you prefer Arc Raiders, or if you tried Arc Raiders, let us know. We'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on this and the whole situation. Either way, we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.